Another random reaction on the crease wheel. This motherfucker right here. Videos. Oldest. Time to scroll. Definition of a rancor. What that stupid ass face. What the fuck?
It's cracking.
Wait, what the fuck? That's him? What the hell? That does not look like Dubs. What the fuck? Why are you in your car, dude?
It's cracking. The camera's crooked, I know, but I didn't feel like holding it. Lazy right now. Do a quick video. I'm on my break. So when I did my video on the AWOL, my first AWOL in camp, I referred to one of the guys that was with me as a ranker, and apparently a lot of people don't know what a ranker is. So
He's all getting comfortable to tell lies. I heard you're a ranker.
So I'm gonna tell you quickly what a ranker is, and I'm also gonna tell you a little bit about that individual, the ranker.
Uh-oh.
So a ranker basically is a guy that jumps from neighborhood to neighborhood. You know, some people call them
I heard you got kicked out of your own hood.
hood hoppers, transformers. But the old term, we just call people rankers, right? They ranked out. So this guy used to claim a neighborhood that he grew up in, right? He used to claim a neighborhood in Goleta, Goleta, California, right next to Santa Barbara, right? And that's where he grew up, you know. That's what he should have continued to claim. But he got around, you know, in juvenile hall, he would run around, you know, see us, because my neighborhood back then was really deep, really the ones doing pretty much everything in Santa Barbara. And so I guess he dug that shit. And what happened was his dad used to move a lot of dope, you know, and
what's up with this snitching and shit? How does his pops moving weight have to do with anything with being a ranker? Like, and I didn't know ranker meant a hood hopper. So I usually thought it was like a bitch, pretty much. You know, 1111th Street, ranker.
Unfortunately, some of my homeboys were using him to get high for free.
Uh-oh.
And so they were okay with him saying he was from the neighborhood, right?
What?
I wasn't.
What kind of homeboys is that? The homeboys like, yeah, smoke me out, and you could be from my hood.
And
the hell did I just do?
I would have respected him more had he just continued to claim where he was from and come around us. And, you know, as an individual, as a, you know, somebody invited him into the neighborhood, a party or whatever, he wouldn't have had a problem if he was a guest, you know. But yeah, he ranked out, and then so he went to camp, individual, as a, you know, somebody invited him into the neighborhood, a party or whatever, he wouldn't have had a problem if he was a guest, you know. But yeah, he ranked out, and then so
I don't know what he's saying.
when he went to camp with us, like maybe it's because of the way I would treat him or whatever, then he started claiming Santa Maria. It's funny because I remember we would get up, and this is a reflection on how
self-reflections. He just snitched on himself.
Ugly I was in my past, you know. I admit that because that's what I was. So ranker? I remember my neighborhood, we had our own table, everything. Like, nobody liked us. And I remember one time the ranker was over there with the guys from
The
Santa,
ranker.
and they were all bullshitting. And we got up, the dudes from my neighborhood, and we were walking to another part of the camp. And when they saw us, they made that fool get up and start doing push-ups, and they were looking at us and like laughing, like look at what we got your homeboy doing, right? And I remember walking by him, and I looked down and I started laughing and I spit on him because I was letting them know like he ain't from my neighborhood. You know what I mean? Like,
Yo, I doubt that shit happened. He spit on him? He spit on him. And why are you wearing your sunglasses inside your car, not driving?
you vatos are letting them claim your neighborhood, and that wasn't cool of me, but that's just how it was back then. Um,
Big
then like I told
badass.
you, when
Spitting
he
on
saw me
people.
and
Wow.
homeboy Tijuas escaping, um, he piggybacked. He jumped in, and I
Um,
tried to get him. I tried to kill him in the bush, and then
you try to
I
kill him
actually
in the
tried to get him
bush.
again on a cliff. Later, I took a couple shots at him that day. Um,
That fucking is killing me with the This guy just can't stop snitching. That's all he's doing. Huh. Crease is still there.
so, anyways, he wound up going to YA, right? And when he went to YA, he was trying to claim my neighborhood, and he went to OH Close, which is up north, right? And when he got there, I had a homeboy from my neighborhood, Little Man, and Little Man had been going to YA for a long ass time. So the Judas told him, "Man, you got a homeboy over there." So he was like, "I want to go over there and talk to him." So he went, and he was like, "Who the fuck?" And then he told me, "Check this out. You're not from my neighborhood. If I hear you saying that again, I'm gonna smash on you." So Little Man was of the same type of mindset as me, right? And it wasn't long after that the ranker got turned out and became a
Ugh.
boy.
What the fuck? How did this story turn into that? Yo, what the fuck? That's hella weird. A YA story about. That's some nasty ass shit, the briefer.
Right? A punk, and I hate to talk. Well, you'll see what I'm saying in the end. So yeah, he was doing sexual favors in there, getting punked, getting pimped out, and
And you liked it. That's why you talking about it. Because that was probably you, or you indulged in that weird ass behavior. Yeah. You can't hide your fucking eyes with those shades. You fucking rat.
I
Fake
never
ass
ran into him in
Mexican.
YA. We were in YA at the same time, but
You ain't
yeah, he went
Mexican.
out all the way out ass backwards, right?
Gross.
And he got out. I think he got out before me. I'm not sure. I never saw him again. But he got out.
Yeah, right. You probably called him on the under. You fucking weirdo.
I think he got busted right away, and
What?
he
He
went to
doesn't
the
know?
joint, and I believe he went to Soledad. Somehow,
What
some
the
way, he had it. He still had it.
So this is the definition of a ranker? What the fuck? How'd it turn into a fucking churujo story, dude? Like straight up. That's some weird ass shit. Fuck.
Learned his lesson. He went to YA, and um, he started. I didn't even want to say the barrio, but he started claiming a barrio from LA, and they accepted him. Um,
What the fuck, dude? You
and
fucking snitch.
he paroled.
You're a fucking liar,
I want to
dude.
say in 93, 94,
You said you didn't
92.
know. He just
He
said he
paroled when
didn't
they were having all
know.
the peace treaties. They had stopped the battle between barrios for a minute down there in LA. And he had got out claiming that barrio from in Los that he had never been from. And he went to a party and he kept yelling out that barrio he was claiming, right? And he was told, like, hey, Holmes, ain't nobody tripping on that shit right now. Let that shit go. Nobody wants to hear that shit. And he kept saying it. And so he got murdered right there on the spot at a house party. Uh,
What the fuck? He said he didn't know what happened to him. He lost touch, and now he's saying he got murdered. Like these stories always have to grow legs with this motherfucker. And the weirdest thing, it turned into this type of story where, you know, about a punk. See, this is a self-reflection of the crease. Watch and listen how he talks about himself.
they shot him, killed him, and that was a wrap for him. Um, Now, I don't like to speak ill of the dead. It is what it is. He
You're talking about it right now. You called him a punk so many sentences ago. What the fuck, dude?
I think the reason why I'm telling this story is because for those people that think that life is a game, um,
What life? The life of a ranker? What the fuck?
that you can just um, claim
Oh shit.
something and then move somewhere else and claim. There's people that don't play that shit. They take it very serious what they where they grew up. Especially when you have friends of yours that get hurt for that thing. They're not going to accept somebody from somewhere else that was from somewhere else
What
coming
the
around
fuck?
and living off of the things that they're doing.
But your homies did, right? Because you said they smoked them out or whatever. You gave them drugs to be part of the neighborhood. What the fuck, dude?
You know. Um,
Ooh.
so those of you that that
Um,
that see this, any youngsters that think that
Shut the fuck up.
neighborhood shit is fun and you know, yeah, it's fun, but you don't gotta be.
This is supposed to be the definition of a rankster, not some fucking sermon about not going to prison and not becoming a gang member, Crease. How do you always intertwine that in your fucking bunk ass stories that make no sense and they're probably lies?
A gang. You don't gotta be
Fuck out of
um
here.
out there putting in work and doing all that shit, man. You know, heed the lessons that a lot of these channels are trying to give you. Um,
Which is?
you got friends in different
What the
places,
fuck?
then just remain being friends. Once you choose a neighborhood, those half of those friends may become your enemies instantly, and
Yeah,
then you
because.
can't later be like, oh, you know what, I like those friends more than these friends, because then you wind up like this dude, the ranker.
Holy
you
shit.
know
Hold on. Talk about self reflections. Yeah. Where are all your old friends? Where are your new friends? You know? Getting stood up by somebody on his own birthday, not even yours. Showing bottles in the camera. Fuck Gummer and fuck Debriefer.
um, it's a sad story. It's
Yes, it is.
everything he did made him isolated, made him on his own completely, and he was cannibalized by the decisions and by that life.
Because he was a homosexual, or because he was a hood hopper, or because he was a ranker?
So I'm gonna keep this one short. I know I gotta make a longer video at some point. I gotta do the history. I have to do that. You guys have been asking.
He has to do the history. You see that? You see how what he just did? Let's rewind that. He don't want to do the history. That's why he did that little clap the hands and bring it all close to the fetal position.
By that life. So I'm gonna keep this one short. I know I gotta make a longer video at some point. I gotta do the history. I have to do that. You guys have been asking for it. Um, I already have a chapter picked out for you guys.
Chapter.
But with that, I'm gone. Tell the ones you love that you love them, right?
All right. yet again, the crease makes no sense. All I got out of that is that a ranker is a hood hopper. But I'm pretty sure, bottom line, a ranker is probably just a bitch, a pussy, a mark. You know, just like you. But notice how he threw in like that gay shit. I mean, I don't care if you're gay. I really don't. But, I mean, if you are, just say that then. You know, say it loud, say it proud. But anyways, he like really took that story nowhere. And then he ended up dying. The guy ended up dying. So, yeah, another self-reflection of the crease. And we learned nothing, as always.